In this video, I'm going to be teaching you a really powerful self-regulation tool called Touch and Breathe. Now, this tool originates from EFT, or the Emotional Freedom Technique modality, and it's really effective. So let me share my screen with you. We'll talk it through, and then we can have a go together. So as you can see on this image here, I've marked out these different pressure points or meridian points on the body with these dots. You can see that there is a reference here to what each point is. And we're going to be following those down from the very top down to the very last point, number 8, which is underneath the arm and it's opposite the nipple or the bra strap, that kind of area. And the difference here is you're not going to be tapping on these points. You are simply going to push and hold that point as you breathe in through your nose for 2 seconds. Maybe hold it in for a second and do a much longer out breath of 4 seconds through your mouth. And that is basically going to soothe and calm the nervous system as you do that. But we will recommend here as well that you must be present, right? We cannot continue to ruminate and spiral because you will simply feed the emotional reaction and keep it going for longer. So we'll talk about how to stop that in just a moment, but I will just make it clear that even though I've written here what each of these points relates to in terms of the organ in the body and the different emotions that it will take care of, you don't really need to know that. It's just a nice to have. But the idea is because this sequence is a set sequence and it will clear anything that you're working on, that you don't need to know the details here. You can just simply follow the pattern, do the breathing, and you're going to feel so much better. So let's have a go at this now. So I will say that the first thing we want to do is measure how you're feeling now so that you can contrast that afterwards when you've calmed down, so you can really feel that this is working. So you might want to close your eyes for this and just take a moment to feel into the system, into your body, and just notice what's going on in there. If there's any uncomfortable emotions or anything that doesn't feel right, or you might be using this because you've been triggered in some way. So just measure how you're feeling so you can measure the difference. It might be 0 to 10. How strong out of 10 is it? And then what you're going to do is you're going to set a very clear intention, because when you actually declare to your body, either out loud or in your head, what you're trying to achieve, then you'll find that the technique works better. So you might be saying something like, I want to release this now, or I'm ready to let this go, or I'm ready to change. Whatever it is, these are powerful sentences and words, and if you use them, everything you do after that will be more powerful. Then we want to silence the mind, and the easiest way to do that is to relax, drop the tongue and drop the tongue. The jaw relaxes, the tongue just sits in the base of the mouth, and that will actually stop the connection between, because when the tongue moves, the brain speeds up and vice versa. So just relax the jaw and the tongue, and then you can push on the top of the first point, breathing in for 2 seconds through the nose, and then out for 4 through the mouth. Now, when you breathe out, purse your lips because you'll self-regulate quicker. It's like almost through a straw. Then move on to the next point, breathing in for 2, and then breathe out for 4. Really try and relax the body as you're breathing out too. Breathe in, breathe out. Under the eye, breathe in, and breathe out. Under the nose, breathe in, breathe out for 4. Under the mouth, breathe in, hold for a second, and then out. Relaxing the body as much as you can. On the out breath, breathing in on the collarbone. Hold it in, breathe out. Finally, under the arm, breathe in, hold, breathe out. Stop all the pressure points. Maybe take a final deep breath in. Let it all go. Have a little shake, get rid of any tension. If you've got an anchor, you could also squeeze that, but we'll move that for now. Just take a moment now to measure what's changed. What's that come down by? If it's fully gone, that's all you'll need to do. If there's not quite gone, you can repeat this as many times as you need. And I promise you, if you do that without continuing to ruminate, be really focused on the counting, the breathing, pushing each point, you're fully present, you will be calm again in minutes. No matter how worked up you are, whatever's going on outside of you, you will be able to cope. You'll find yourself back in the present moment. And that's all you're going to take to make sure that you are now fully self-regulated and ready to get on with your day. So I hope that's been helpful, and I'll see you again soon.